I can tell you
And welcome everybody back here to Fort Dodge. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but we're here at Harlan Rogers Park, the home of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Softball Tournament. And this is game number 2 of our semifinals here today in Class 1A as the number 2 seed Akron-Westfield, the Westerners, taking on the number 3 seed AGWSR, the Cougars. And we are playing live at the top of the second inning. And it's an 0-2 count on Carrington Hunt, who is batting for the Cougars. 1-0 the score. AGWSR with a leadoff home run. They started this game with a bang. It was McKenna Cooper who launched a leadoff homer to right center, a no-doubter to get this thing at 1-0, and we play here at the top of inning number 2. Starting pitcher is Megan Minen for the Akron-Westfield squad, and this is a good Westerners team that comes in as the number 2 seed at 27-4 on the year. AGWSR, no slouch themselves at 27-7. The 2-2 bounces in, a swing and a miss. The throw goes to first, and just in time by a quarter of a step to get the out. So the strikeout and a throw down to first ends the inning at the top of the second inning. We will keep it right here as we welcome everybody to the semifinals today here on the Mid-American Energy Iowa High School Girls Sports Network from Buena Vista University Diamond. We finalize this Class 1A bracket. We'll get the championship games set as Akron-Westfield and AGWSR do battle. Zach Carlisle alongside Brian Carlisle. Glad to have you with us here for state softball here in Fort Dodge. And so we're a little behind here, but it's 1-0 AGWSR through an inning and a half. And boy, I tell you what, this is a fun matchup. The winner's moving on to the championship game to take on Collins Maxwell, and this is going to be a fun second semifinal.
The interesting side of this whole this game here is these two are very evenly matched. But you want to talk about youth and experience. This is the difference to me is you have a junior in this young lady, Taryn Barrick, and just some quick notes about her. She's got an ERA of .68 coming into this game. 55 walks, which sounds like a lot until you jump to the other side. She has 360, folks, strikeouts on the season. This young lady's 25-5. She is their arm. Great pitcher. I've seen her. I remember her name from last year. And this one's going to be a fun one, Zach.
Akron-Westfield bats in the bottom of inning number 2. Elena Mullinex leads it off. And it's a swing and a miss for strike number 1. And this Akron-Westfield team, the number 2 seed, as we mentioned, 12-2 victory over New London in the opening round on Monday. AGWSR 4-3 winners over Janesville. A very good 3-6 matchup to start the tournament. Ball 1 outside. So Akron-Westfield batting their starting lineup. Bryn Van Eldick is at shortstop leading off. Jaden Harris, the second baseman, in the 2 spot. Danica Smith is in left field batting third. It was a 1-2-3 first, as the 1-1 is a swing and a miss. It was a ground out to first, a ground out to short, a walk to Danica Smith, but she was caught stealing to end the inning while Mullinex was batting. So Mullinex batting with a 1-2 count here to lead off the second and takes down low and in for ball 2.
And the other change that I don't know is pretty subtle on their part, but Akron-Westfield went from Natalie Nielsen throwing to Megan Minen, and they switched that right as they came out. So we'll keep an eye on that as well because Nielsen is their big gun.
The ground ball to third, picked up by Josie Winterberg on to first in time for the out. So 1 down in this bottom of inning number 2. Kiana Apley will bat for the Westerners coming up the right fielder in the 5 spot. The 6-hitter is center fielder Courtney Waterbury. The third baseman Lily Kenny bats 7th. The designated player Chloe Colt is the 8-hitter, and rounding out the order is first baseman Natalie Nielsen. Ball 1 low.
They do face a tough one here, though. This young lady, you can see she owns the field. She owns that pitcher circle, and it's almost a microcosm of what we've seen in game number 1, where from that Michaela Hogue, or Haug, I'm sorry. Or Hogue, sorry. I'm going to get her name right sometime today. But you're seeing that dominant arm on the hill again.
Taryn Barrica Jr. making her 30th start of the season for AGWSR. And we'll talk about her defense here as she delivers down low and away for a ball. And her outfield left to right, Taylor Spurf-Sloggy is in left field. Carrington Hunt in center, Alyssa Hames over in right. Josie Winterberg at third. McKenna Cooper at short has the game's only run. A long homer in the first, the 2-1. Good pitch, misses ball 3. Sammy Mussino is at second. Rachel Sykard is at first. Allie Gerbrocht is behind the plate.
And, folks, when Zach said it was a no-doubter, absolutely a no-doubter when she put the bat on that ball. That thing may still be going.
That was a towering shot to right center. 3-1, misses ball 4. That's the second walk issued by Barrick in the first couple of innings.
And the thing that you're seeing here is you're starting to see deep counts. You're not getting 3 2s, you're getting 3 1s, and then the walk. I don't know that she's quite settled in yet where she feels very comfortable, but boy, she's still shutting them down.
Courtney Waterbury swings and misses, taken off again. This one will be a stolen base. That's how the first inning ended. Was a walk with 2 outs, but then Danica Smith was caught stealing to end the inning. This is a walk with 1 out and a stolen base for Apley.
How quick is Apley?
A lot of speed.
There was no throw. I mean, I don't know that you honestly had the need to make the throw. Well, this is interesting. So they just switched their shortstop and third baseman. So Cooper just went to second. Mussino is now playing short.
And that 0-1 misses to even the count.
I've not known that I've ever seen that kind of a switch before.
That's interesting with 1 out mid-count to make that switch.
Unless they're trying to bait her on the backside, I guess. I don't know. I don't understand that defensive change.
1-1. Just missing off the glove and taken off for third.
Wow.
Is Apley with another stolen base.
How quick is she? She jumped. She seen that on the ball on the glove onto the ground. As soon as the ball came out of the glove, she was 3/4 of the way down the line. How quick is this young lady?
Impressive stuff from Kiana Apley, who's got 18 stolen bases now on the season. This is a team that's got 150 of them on the year, Akron-Westfield. They love to run the bases. That is a bunt, and it's caught in the air. What a play by Rachel Sykard, and great awareness from Apley to get back to the bag at third, 2 down.
Well, there's the defensive alignment that really makes that play for you. If you're not in, you don't get that ball.
And that was on that first base line, too, so it could have rolled foul, but that's a great job to make the catch to ensure that there's 2 outs. And the batter, Lily Kenny.
A great play by the young lady at first there, Sykard. But it's pretty tough to be taking that throw from there over to third and get Apley.
Yeah, and that was well done by Apley to recognize it because she was taken off on that bunt.
I really like the aggressiveness of trying to get that down, to get that sack bunt down, get that run across, get it back to even in your scoreboard.
Yeah, they might try to squeeze here with 2 outs. Who knows? This is a Westerners team that loves to run.
Okay, that's pretty gutsy.
You'd be risking it. But they did get the runner to third.
Your difference
with
here,
2 stolen bases.
Your difference is your corners are going to stay back a little bit.
Here's a 2-0.
Which I can see where you might think that because you're back a little farther.
Yeah, it's possible. If you can lay it down, but there is 1 strike, no sign of a bunt from Kenny, hitting .386.
No, she looked like she was pretty much swinging away there. The sophomore here.
Two-one.
Tell you what, Gerbeck really does a nice job of dropping her body. She changes position back there very well.
I tell you what, she has been busy so far in these first couple of innings. Not that Barrick is throwing wild pitches or anything, but she has been up and down and out and in the zone so far through the first couple of frames. It's a 3-1 count here.
Would you like to ask her at the end of the game how tired she is?
She's going to be exhausted. But we've seen 2 walks issued as well. So a 3-1 count, friendly for Lily Kenny here. And that's ball 4.
Boy, there's another one of those great stops right there by Gerbrecht.
Yeah, Gerbrecht has saved a couple of runs already. Taking off for second, that's pretty easy. The throw goes to third. And Apley dives back in behind Winterberg's tag. That is not a stolen base for Kenny. She just gets to take second.
Did she draw the throw? Was Apley looking to push that throw?
Yes.
I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
Apley got off the bag at third and drew the throw over, and that's an indifference, so no stolen base for Kenny at second.
Yep.
So second and third, 2 down. Chloe Colt, the designated player. A chance here to potentially give the Westerners the lead. Swing and a miss.
Well, you can tell the slap-style hitter right here. Check out her hands. They're apart.
And this is a very good Akron-Westfield offense. The starting lineup, the top 5 hitters are all at least 400 in average. The 0-1, that's down.
Boy, as a coach, you love this style of catcher right here that puts her body down for everything. You don't sit on that side of you don't sit on that side of the fence worried about a ball getting to the fence.
Natalie Nielsen is on deck for Akron-Westfield, and that is ball 2, 2-1.
Whoa, wow.
A lot of misses from Barrick. 3 walks already today.
That's not like a tall miss, though. That seemed like a good pitch.
That was a good pitch. That was a good pitch. Infielders are in. 2 of them. The 2-1.
Ooh, in on the hands. Ouch.
Bounces foul. Did that
No,
hit?
it got her. Got her on the hand.
Thought it hit her, but she did swing.
Yeah, she did put the bat in play.
So that is a foul ball.
That's a foul ball.
If she would not have swung and it hits your hand, then you can take first base.
Right. When she was moving in the box, she did swing the bat, so just a dead ball at that point with a foul ball.
Akron-Westfield, a common name at the state tournament these days. 14th trip, all of them in the last 16 years. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Into and out of trouble for Taryn Barrick to end the inning. 1-0 AGWSR, 2 in the books here in the second semifinal in Class 1A. We'll take a break.
Welcome to Fairway, where we're not a mega food, fashion, fitness, you name it center. For 80 years, we've been your neighborhood meat and grocery store, focused on cutting you the highest quality meats for your backyard barbecue, providing the freshest ingredients for your summer salad, and making sure your shopping trip is as easy and sweet as Grandma's blueberry pie. So while others try to put it all under one roof, at Fairway, we put our all into meat and grocery.
Iowa pig farmers care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
1-0 AGWSR, and the Cougars come to bat at the top of the third. 9-1-2 in the order. We'll talk about this starting lineup for the team in purple, and it will be the 9-hitter Sammy Denai, designated player who leads things off against lefty Megan Minen. And it's strike 1 to start the inning. And so the first 8 batters, McKenna Cooper is the leadoff batter, the shortstop homered in the first. Allie Gerbrocht is batting second, the catcher. Taryn Barrick, the pitcher, hitting third. First baseman Rachel Sykard bats in the cleanup spot. The 0-1 misses for a ball to even the count. Josie Winterberg is the third baseman batting fifth. The 6th hitter is left fielder Taylor Spurfsloggy. Alyssa Hames in right bats seventh. The 8-hitter is center fielder Carrington Hunt. So here's Sammy Denai. The 1-1 bounces for ball 2.
The interesting side of this is we made reference to it that they had switched the pitchers, the first baseman. This young lady is an 8th grader.
Yeah.
So the pitcher that was going to step on, Natalie Nielsen, is also an 8th grader. This is a very, very young squad, except for you sprinkle in a couple of seniors. I mean, you go senior and Danica Smith and Waterbury and Apley, and then you go freshmen and sophomores. There's no in between here.
Right. 5 seniors, no juniors, 4 sophomores, 2 freshmen, 7 8th graders.
How much fun is this for a young lady like a Megan Minen, who's stepping on the hill, 3-0 on the season, an ERA of .58 with 13 Ks and 4 walks. Who all of us, and now we're making the change back. So Nielsen, I think that must have been the ploy of, let's go off speed with these guys. Now we're gonna step in and let her go. So now we're making that pitching switch.
And it's a courtesy runner, Haley Homeyer, over at first base. Natalie Nielsen will come in to pitch for Akron-Westfield after the starter, Megan Minen.
And now I think Minen's going to go to first. Is she not here? I don't think she's back on the.
And actually, Minen might have went out to the outfield. But we'll get all of that straightened out as the big, tall right-hander Natalie Nielsen gets loose.
17-2 on the season, 1.35 ERA with 132 Ks for this young lady. 20 starts, 17 wins, pretty impressive. And again, an 8th grader. I mean, these guys are they're so much more advanced at the younger age nowadays, it seems like.
And somebody has to go over to first base. And so we got to figure out exactly who it's going to be.
Looks like, well, you got a number 2.
And that's Danica Smith. So Smith comes in from left field to play first.
And Minen is now your left fielder.
Minen went out to left.
How many different positions can this
young lady play? It's a lot of swapping around.
All right, but we're going to go to Natalie Nielsen now.
So Nielsen, big, tall right-hander, will come in for her 5th appearance out of the pen this season after the leadoff walk to Sammy Denai, and Megan Minen is responsible for Denai over at first base. So here's the 1-0. And that bounces in. We're at the top of the order for the Cougars. McKenna Cooper, a mammoth of a homer to start the ball game in the top of inning number 1. It was what a start it was for AGWSR. And she's ahead in the count 2-0. Shows bunt, pulls back, ball 3.
And, you know, when you speak about her home run, it was just, that ball was just perfectly pitched. She didn't even look like she hardly swung.
I mean, it was carrying still it went over the 200 fence right center to 3-0. Yeah, I wouldn't throw to her either. Ball 4.
I think I'll stay away from it. But you also put yourself in a little bit of a spot here by putting her on.
Back-to-back walks to start the 3rd for AGWSR. Allie Gerbrock will bat, who is 0 for 1.
When I made the reference here last half inning with Gerbrock and how good she does behind the plate, not to be outdone, Molinex is really tough behind there as well. She drops down, changes positions really well as well.
And we'll talk about this defense for the Westerners, some changes, so we'll get that aligned. A bunt, right, first base side, the tag applied, and the out. Recorded as both runners move up 60 feet.
That's a great play by Harris. Just a phenomenal, smart play by the young lady to make that tag, take that all out of play, and then also have the smarts to think about going to 3rd.
So 3 unassisted on the sacrifice bunt. 2nd and 3rd, 1 down. Taryn Barrick struck out in the 1st.
How about a chance here to help yourself, huh?
Short pop-up. Nielsen's got it. A big 2nd out.
We may come back to that. That might be a huge play in this game. You know, maybe, I guess if you're Barrick, do you see a few pitches right there?
Right.
Instead of swinging on that first one and getting that out right there.
An RBI chance squandered. Now there's 2 down. And it's ball 1 to Rachel Sykard.
Still with the shot here. Still with the chance.
Sykard 1 for 1, singled through the left side. She put together a very good at-bat in that first inning before we came on air and fouled off multiple times down that left field line and then punched one through. And it's a ball and a strike.
Yeah, I think she may have went 5 foul balls on that thing. She punched a bunch behind us and
and then got one through that left side. And they were rockets, too.
Yes. Yeah, because I remember the coach kept lifting her leg trying to not get hit.
1-1. Called strike.
Boy, that's a tough. There's that no man's land for a pitch, Zach. I mean, what are you going to do with that? You're going to push it to your first baseman, and it's inning over.
Minen is in left. Courtney Waterbury in center. Kiana Apley is in right field. For Akron-Westfield, the 1-2 popped up out of play. Lily Kenny at third. Bryn Van Eldick at short. Jaden Harris at second. Danica Smith now at first. Elena Mullinex behind the dish. 1-0. AGWSR, top of inning number 3.
We've seen quite some interesting stuff go on. We've had a switch from short to second for AGWSR. Called strike there.
Called strike 3 to end the inning. What a pitch from Nielsen, and she limits any possible opportunity for the Cougars to expand their lead into and out of trouble. And we head to the bottom of inning number 3 in a 1-0 game.
All you have to do, you just have to get their feet here on the pavement and bing. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
You must be boring.
this is a magical place.
All you have to do, you just have to get their
This
feet.
is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream, we make history. This is Iowa.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, 1-0 AGWSR. Glad to have you with us here in Fort Dodge. Zach Carlisle, Brian Carlisle, Doug Dillevan on the switches. The first pitch is a high fly ball into right center, and it's going to roll to the fence. Natalie Nielsen, lead-off double for Akron-Westfield.
I guess that's how you help yourself, Zach. Get yourself on, get a double. Are we courtesing for her? Yes, we are. Number 14. Tori Nemesio. Tori Nemesio, a freshman outfielder, is going to come in and run for Nielsen. Remember the pitcher now, Natalie Nielsen. In the 9th spot in the order, a leadoff 2-bagger. The really good chance here for the Westerners to try to tie this game. They've had some opportunities already. They haven't been able to come through. Well, and if you think back to that first inning when Van Eldick got up that first time, she had a really good battle here with Barrick. Battled to a full count, then finally ended up hitting it back to her for the out. But she went deep into the count and quite a few foul balls as well.
And Barrick has 3 walks so far in this one, as that one's fouled off 1-1. As we're back to the top of the order for Akron-Westfield, Bryn Van Eldick hitting .467. Grounded out to Barrick last time up. One's lifted up and out. Ball and 2 strikes. We've seen a lot of action in this game, but the numbers, there's only 3 total hits. There's only 1 run. But we've seen a lot happen in this game so far.
And a lot of that action has to do with the 3 walks. I mean, you're seeing people on each inning.
1-2's lifted, foul. Who's got it? And it's the third baseman, Winterberg, who's going to squeeze it in foul territory for the first out.
That was a little sketchy just to begin because nobody talked.
And that was, it looked like it'd be a pretty easy play for Winterberg. Cooper was over there too, and
She had to carry herself quite a ways,
down.
though, from where she was started, coming in and being on her defensive position here.
Popped up and foul out of play. Jaden Harris grounded out her last time up to the shortstop in the first inning. Two infielders in at third and second, Winterberg and Messino for AGWSR. Swing and a miss.
Oh, that's just really good base running.
Taken off for third. Well done on the base paths by Akron-Westfield. Nemesio.
McKenna Cooper, their shortstop from AGWSR, I think she got caught not realizing. All of a sudden, she was in front of her, in her face.
She was looking at home plate, and all of a sudden. And that's an easy take with the third baseman playing so far in. But the count 0-2.
You want this fly ball, don't you? Just get the ball out to the outfield. Give her a chance to score.
Yeah, if you're the Westerners, something on the ground maybe to first or something in the outfield, and Barrick wants her second.
Trying to bait her out there.
2-2.
I love the pitch, though. It's a great idea right there. Make her chase.
Big 2-2. Out for out number.
Strikeouts, but you haven't seen that here so far today. I mean, she's got 2 strikeouts on the day. She's worked more into the deep counts and done a great job. I mean, she's still keeping her head above water. She fought through that second inning and is moving along just fine here as we work into the third.
Called strike to Danica Smith, who walked in the first and then was caught stealing to end the inning. 0-1, she thought about it and did not go for a ball.
Gerbrecht ended up on her backside.
She's working hard behind the plate.
She is. They're very entertaining, both teams here, though, Zach. They really do put a lot of pressure on you. They keep you on your toes on the defensive side.
Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Strong pitching just seems to be the key so far today, that what you and I have seen.
It was 1-0 in the first semifinal. Collins Maxwell advancing to Thursday's championship game.
And that's where we sit right now.
They're awaiting this one. In a 1-0 game as well. Called strike 3 to end the inning. What a pitch from Barrick. And the leadoff double goes nowhere. Akron-Westfield strands another, and off we go to inning number 4. We'll keep it right here in a 1-0 game. And when we dove into these two squads, Akron-Westfield and AGWSR, we saw a lot of even comparisons. But let's as we talk about some keys to the game for both sides.
Yeah, let's talk a little Akron-Westfield. And you're right. My very first key here was they're evenly matched. Everything seems to be on the even keeled. It was you got to scratch out runs. You've got to be able to scratch out against Barrick. You're not going to step up there and score 6 or 7 runs against her. She is that good. The other side of that coin for Akron-Westfield, in my mind, was the young pitcher side. Is it too big of a moment? Hopefully not. You haven't been in this atmosphere before. You're an 8th grader. I mean, that's just not normal. But you have 2 here. So now we're back again. Now we're going back to mining again. So now they just made the switch back. Going back out to left field will be Smith. Nielsen back over. So, I mean, you've got 2 freshmen that are going to tag team this thing, it looks like, as we go forward here. AGWSR, the other side, evenly matched. Use your speed, and they have so far, and get a strong start from Barrick. I don't know that I would tell you that she's had that great strong start. She's been efficient, though. She's been effective so far.
Yeah, she's worked into and out of trouble a couple of times and has kind of gotten away with some walks thus far. Akron-Westfield has yet to take advantage, but we are ready for the top of inning number 4 in a 1-0 game. That leadoff homer, the difference so far from McKenna Cooper. We're at 5, 6, and 7 in the order for the Cougars. That's a high fly ball to left at the wall. Off the fence. Digging for 2 is Winterberg with a double.
Wow. She did not waste any time getting into that.
dead left field, pulling that ball, lifting it to left. And a two-bagger to start the inning. We saw that at the bottom of the third for Akron-Westfield, and they left the runner stranded. Both teams have left 3 so far in the first 3 innings.
Put a pretty good charge onto that ball, though. That was nicely done, hitting it off the wall.
So now it's Taylor Spurf-Sloggy, the left fielder, time call.
So as you look out here, Zach, you see Akron with the wristbands, because a lot of it anymore, they're going to call out a number, they're going to call out a letter. These guys are going to know what position they need to be into on the defensive side. You don't see it on AGWSR, and that's still the old school. Hey, we'll just talk.
The old, well, just signs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Signs.
Yep, absolutely.
Showing bunt, pulling back. It's ball 1. This is Taylor Spurf-Sloggy. Grounded out to the pitcher her first time up. Or over 1, should say. Batting .292 on the year.
I'm trying to figure out the interesting idea of why you go back to Minen here. I don't know.
You start with, I wouldn't call her a power arm. It was sort of off speed, taking something off of it, and then they bring in the power arm, but now they're back to Minen.
Which is
interesting.
She's a spots and location pitcher, obviously. There's no doubt about that. Nielsen doesn't throw overly hard, and she hits spots well as well.
1-1. That's a high fly ball into left, playable for Smith out there. Danica Smith makes the catch, and there's 1 down.
And if you're AGWSR, this is all about you staying back and letting the ball travel to you a little deeper in your swing, because you've seen some good swings from AGWSR so far. Obviously, with the home run and the double, I mean they're putting the ball in play pretty hard here.
1 down, runner at second, foul back. Out in front of that one was Alyssa Hames, 7-hitter in the order, the right fielder for the Cougars. AGWSR 27-7 on the season, 11-1 in the conference. Co-coaches Scott O'Brien and Brenda Drake. Scott O'Brien in his 17th season. Brenda joining him for her 7th consecutive year. 4th time they've taken AGWSR to the tournament. And it's their first return to Fort Dodge since their state title in 2015. Here's the 0-2. That bounces in and taken off for third, and she's going to make it. Is Winterberg, and that'll be charged as a wild pitch.
So an interesting stat here for AGWSR. They're undefeated against all 1A competition. So any losses that they have, so they lost to ADM and Jessup, Waverly, Shell Rock. I mean, you're talking bigger schools here that they faced, and that's their losses.
They're playing up in the competition for sure. That's a big strikeout with a runner at third and 1 out, and there's now 2 down as Hames takes strike 3. Carrington Hunt will bat, the center fielder, in an RBI chance with 2 down in the 4th.
That's a tough one to take and get that called strike.
Yeah, that's a big punch out.
And the interesting is I'm watching Minen throw. A lot of what she does, it really has more of that floating technique to it. There's nothing overpowering about it, and it does a lot of dropping when it gets to the plate. That can mess with a hitter's psyche.
And it's a foul trickling towards the right side. Off the bat of Hunt.
You're waiting so long for that thing to get to you.
Right. Carrington Hunt looking for RBI number 9 on the season. If she gets it, this game will be a 2-0 lead for AGWSR. Ground ball to the circle. Minen to first, inning over. In the middle of the 4th. 1-0 back after this.
And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live. of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here we don't just dream, we make history. This is
Iowa Pig Farmers Care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
A reminder, a video replay of today's game will be available in its entirety later today on CISN TV. From start to finish, you can see all your favorite highlights. Once again, CISN.TV. Bottom of inning number 4, Akron-Westfield trailing 1-0. 4, 5, and 6. Heart of the order for the Westerners against Taryn Barrick, and it's called strike. Elena Mullinex, the catcher, leads it off. Kiana Apley, Courtney Waterbury due up as well.
You know, you're going to get to that point here, just like you and I talked about in Game 1, where the middle of your lineup, you know, you may only see her 3 times, and you've got to do something soon here. You know, not necessarily because you're getting blown out, but just because she's doing what she needs to do to get you out. Somebody, you got to just find that first really good thing to happen if you're Akron-Westfield.
And a strikeout starts the bottom of the 4th for Barrick.
That's 3 straight.
4 for the game for the right-hander.
Maybe she's starting to get into a little bit of a warm-up finally.
Kiana Apley walked, stole 2 bases back in the second, and takes ball 1. Hitting .425 of the year.
It's basically Apley, Smith, and Van Eldick that pace this team. But I wanted to let you guys know out there, anybody from Akron-Westfield, the standout Tana Colt will be inducted into the IGHSAU Softball Hall of Fame this week. So she is the daughter of head coach Todd Colt.
Yeah, in his 17th season as the head man. How about this record? 574 wins against 61 losses.
You don't lose a lot out there.
17 years, 14 state appearances. We mentioned it's all in the last 16 seasons.
And this is the team that is what you said they were north of Sioux City, so like 150 miles or so that they're traveling.
Akron-Westfield, 150 miles from Fort Dodge. It's about a 2-hour, 40-minute drive or so.
And no good way to get here.
30 miles directly north of Sioux City on the Missouri River. A long ways from home, but they are trying to make a home here in Fort Dodge here in 2018. 3-1 the count. And a called strike.
I really like Apley's approach to the plate. She goes up, you can tell she has a plan, what she's looking for, what she wants to see. It's a lot of fun to watch this young lady bat.
Lines one foul.
But like you said, I mean, you're in the middle of the lineup. You're at the 4th inning. Something's got to happen for you here fairly soon because you're going to run out of time before you get anything really going.
3-2. Fouled again and hanging in is Apley. Just battling and trying to fight and stay alive. A senior, one of the 5 seniors on this Westerner squad. One more hoorah here in Fort Dodge. 4 sophomores, couple of freshmen. Lots of 8th graders. 3-2 is a ground
look at that. There's no way.
That's a base hit. Why not?
You can't. You're not going to get that. She is just so quick.
When it's that slow and it stays fair, no chance at all, and that's a big second hit for Akron-Westfield and a quick base runner on for the Westerners. That's who they need to have a chance. 1 down, 1 on.
And she was looking to go to second because it was not being covered. She was looking to get there and then changed her mind, obviously. But, wow, what speed.
Waterbury pulls back, ball 1. grounded out on a bunt, or popped up, I should say, on a bunt last time to first base. But it was a really nice play by Rachel Sykard, and the 1-0 is in there for a called strike. And AGWSR is anticipating a potential steal.
You think?
From Apley. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm surprised she's still at first base right now, actually.
Showing bunt again.
Look at that.
1-1, taken off.
I mean,
that's a swing and a miss and a stolen base.
She's 3/4 before the ball gets home. I mean, it's not fair.
And she gets such a good jump. A smart base runner. It helps that she can run, but a smart base runner as well. Count 1-2 to Waterbury, hitting .338 on the season.
So let me say this to you, Zach, and we'll see it after this pitch.
1-2, swing and a miss, and a big second out. Another strikeout for Barrick. 2 down.
If you're going to give up the sack on the sack bunt right there, early on the account, she was looking at the sack, trying to lay it down, get sack press. Why not just try to push the thing to the right side? It's in effect, you're getting the same thing.
Right.
I make them put it in. I make them field it. But obviously it didn't work there at all. I mean, you're talking about a pretty strong picture here. They're not even worried about her now.
There's really nothing you can do. She's taken off and gets such a good jump, and that's a strike. Nothing had won the count, and a runner at third, and that's 4 stolen bases already.
That is amazing. She gets up again and gets on. She could go for 6 stolen bases in a game.
Pretty incredible. She's at third again. She's been left there once, and that is ball 1 inside to even the count. Kenny walked in the second. That was Akron-Westfield's best chance. They put runners at second and third with 2 outs.
She walked in advance to second on the play. Right. That's when they pulled the throw to Apley at third, or for Apley at third.
Ball and 2 strikes. Akron-Westfield has left 3 on so far. AGWSR has left 4 on. The 1-2, that's a ground ball to third. A throw to first in time, and a big, big out again. 5-3 to end the inning. 4 innings are in the books, and it's still 1-0 AGWSR.
We've had some interesting, as you look at Barrick has really battled almost every inning, it feels like. She gets somebody on from the Westerners, but she's just able to get through it. That's that maybe the older mentality where she doesn't get rattled, and I'm able to just fight through. I'll get that timely ground ball, whatever I need. She's doing an amazing job on the hill right now.
And it's pretty impressive. She's basically the veteran on this team for AGWSR. Yep. 6 freshman starters. The starting lineup is basically all underclassmen, and then you've got the starter in the circle. For most of the season anyway, the starter was basically all underclassmen.
Carrington Hunt, your only upperclassman as a junior.
Right.
You do have some seniors on the field. They don't play, but it just amazes me. And we've seen it in these first 2 games. Just the youth. You have so much youth here. It's just amazing. Oh, got a pinch hitter here.
So Sammy Denai will re-enter the game after getting courtesy ran for as the designated player. So she re-enters for the Cougars and leads off the top of inning number 5, 9-1-2 in the order for AGWSR. And that is a called strike. And AGWSR, we talk about it every single time, and it's always, okay, here's the trivia question. What does AGWSR stand for? And for those of you that want to know, we'll give it to you after the 0-1. It is a ball. Ackley, Geneva, Wellsburg, Steamboat Rock.
Love the place, don't you, though? Gotta love Wellsburg Steamboat Rock.
Gotta enjoy it. 73 miles from Fort Dodge. They basically hit Highway 20 and just go straight for an hour. That was a ground ball to short.
Just head towards Waterloo. You're going to hit it.
To first. Excuse me, Van Eldick to first, and there's 1 down.
Hop on the highway and go and go east. You'll run right to it. And now we are making the switch again. Here we go again.
I have erased and written more times.
No, I now understand what's going on here. And
I think it's matchup based.
It's matchup based. I got it. Because we've seen this earlier. They want Nielsen to face Cooper and maybe Gerbrecht, and then they'll go back and switch it back.
And Cooper led off, so this will be McKenna Cooper who will hit. That's a pitching change. Natalie Nielsen is coming back into the circle. Danica Smith moved back to first base, and Megan Minen heads back out to left field. So in the first inning, McKenna Cooper led off this game with the game's only run, a solo shot to right center. That was off of Minen. And so now they're going to make sure that this is Nielsen that faces Cooper to not have that happen again here in the fifth.
And by the way, when we get to the end of this game, I'm not even going to talk about how many innings each pitcher pitched because I'm going to lose count and I'm going to run out of paper. No, but all serious aside, or all kidding aside, I understand why you want to make that matchup change. You don't want to let Cooper beat you here. You're 1-0. You still have a chance at getting to it, but you got to get
lifts one up and out of play. And that homer in the first was the 10th of the year for Cooper, and she has done a lot of damage with driving the ball into the gaps and out of here. So she's definitely a dangerous hitter for these Cougars. She's 1 for 1 with a walk.
She's their leading hitter as far as the home run side. So. I mean, she's all of dangerous. 33 ribbies on it, 30 more than that, but it's at least 33 coming in, 421 at the plate. So you can definitely count on her to get on base.
1-1. That's a bunt foul. A ball and 2 strikes.
Well, and to the point, she drew a walk her last time up. So, I mean, she knows what she's doing up there as that leadoffer. Just like, we got to see Hogue in that leadoff game. It's important with those leadoff hitters to do what they do best.
1-2 lifted high in the air into shallow left. It's a no man's land. It's a double. The left fielder Minen went back to the fence, and the shortstop Van Eldick could not find it. And then all of a sudden, when she saw it coming down, yelled for Minen. No one got there, and it's a double.
I think, and again, this could be, but Minen looks like she was thinking that was hit harder than it was. Why she got to the fence.
Minen thought that was a towering blast, but she went back to the fence, and there was nothing there. And it just drops.
You could see that
left field.
Yep.
And so runner at second, 1 down. Here's a bunt from Gerbrecht, and there's no play.
Ooh, that's going to be a single.
A sacrifice bunt, and she reaches.
Yeah, probably what, fielder's choice?
It'll be a fielder's choice at an E5. So first and third with 1 down, and that draws a visit in the circle for head coach Todd Colt. And Akron-Westfield trailing 1-0, and they do not want this to get out of hand here with a huge scoring chance for AGWSR. First and third with 1 down. Take this time to remind you that today's game is being brought to you by Mid-American Energy. Mid-American Energy puts power in your hands and helps keep families safe. To learn more, visit midamericanenergy.com. And today's game also brought to you by Fairway Food Stores. From grilling season to crockpot weather, Fairway is the best at choice beef. Visit your local Fairway today. 1-0 here in the top of the fifth. This is a big spot in this game.
Well, you talk about your defensive positioning there in that mound meeting as well. You can't play completely in here. You've got to stay back to get the out. And probably, I'm guessing, if it's hit on the left side, you're going to cut that runner off.
First and third with 1 down. That's high.
Now
and that'll send Gerbrock down to second base on a wild pitch.
You should
staying at third is Cooper.
You should thank the plexiglass for coming back because it bounced it straight back.
And now rolled right back to the catcher Mullenix. But a huge chance for AGWSR to double the lead.
And, you know, if that ball rolls left or right, you are going to score a run here because it is very deep on both sides of the plate
and
to the dugouts.
And as it gets to the dugouts, there's a ton of foul ground.
And think about it, at a normal softball field, that's not normal. This is not a normal setup.
3-0 pitch. Called strike, taking all the way as Barrick trying to help herself as her Cougars have a 1-0 advantage, 3-1 to count.
This is probably a bigger spot for Natalie Nielsen right here. This is where you as a pitcher, you got to find something because with one down, they've got runners in scoring position. And
that's a base hit and a left. One run is in. Stopping at third is Gerbrock. Down to second on the throw goes Barrick. The lead is doubled. It's 2-0.
I got to give kudos to the AGWSR third base coach. She did a great job of getting her to stop because she had her head down. It was coming around. And I don't know that I think they would have had her.
If there's 2 outs, I bet they probably send her home.
Absolutely. But a big difference with just that one out. And it looks like we may make that pitching change again.
And here comes this triple switch again.
I'm done changing it.
For Akron-Westfield. The thing is, no one comes off the bench to make the change. It's all in the field. It's very interesting. First, left, and in a circle. There's your 3 that rotate around. So it's 2-0 AGWSR looking to advance to the state championship game for the first time, or for the second time, I should say, in 4 years, winning the title in 2015.
You know, as I look at both of these teams, either one of these two teams is going to be an intriguing matchup with Collins-Maxwell.
Right. Collins-Maxwell has won both of their games via shutout so far.
And they have the dynamite pitcher.
Yeah, and so can these offenses touch Hogue? Who's going to get there, though? 2-0 AGWSR. And it's ball one, and it gets away.
There's that off to the left, off to the right.
Headed to the plate, and scoring is Gerbrock. It's 3-0 Cougars.
There's your difference in how the ball bounces, because once it went off to the right of Mullenix, it went to the deep portion of the backstop. And a big one, because now that also moves Barrick up to third. So now a sacrifice fly, and you get that run across, and you're looking at a 4-0 lead here.
Still
possibly.
Just one out. A swing and a miss. Off speed, 1-1. 3 runs on just the 5 hits. AGWSR has put pressure on Akron-Westfield by putting base runners on, though.
But
they stranded 4 in the first 4 innings, and they've been busy in this 5th.
This inning is really 2 runs on 2 hits, but you've had the error, the fielder's choice, just weird, with that error on Kenny. Just some weird things have happened here.
A chance for more. A swing and a miss, 2-2.
Big cut right through that ball. I think Sidecar was looking to see if she could plant that one over the fence.
And that might settle Taryn Barrick down a little bit, too. Feel more comfortable with a 3-run lead, a little more room for error than there is when it's 1-0. Here's the 2-2. That's a high fly into left center. It's going to drop. It's another hit. To the fence it goes. 4-0 at AGWSR. It's a double and an RBI for Rachel Sykard.
Zach, her last swing, the swing she took just prior to this, she took a big cut then, and then she lined that one right in there. I mean, she locked in on that ball.
4 straight base runners have reached.
2 straight hits, a single and a double. 2 doubles in the inning.
For the Cougars, and they are not stopping. Another runner in scoring position Josie Winterberg steps in with just one down, a ground ball to the circle. The throw's going to go to third, and
She's
safe.
there.
Fielder's choice for Winterberg to reach, and it's first and third. The throw just a little high. That was enough for Sykard to slide underneath it. And this inning continues for the Cougars, and it continues to get worse for the Westerners.
And I don't think Kenny honestly believed that ball was coming. She looked like,
I think she thought that Minen was just going to look back the runner, but instead, I mean, give credit to Sykard for putting pressure on the infield, just taking off and heading to third, and she's safe, first and third.
Pretty gutsy move by Sykard, honestly. Yeah. She could have been hung out to dry there.
Forced a high throw, and first and third, one down. And this could be a crazy big inning for the Cougars. That's a base hit and a left. Another run, 5-0. Stopping at second, Winterberg. RBI single, Taylor Spersloggy.
And I think Coach is going to go make that switch again.
And away we go.
Well,
I don't know if it's really a triple switch, but that's what I'm rolling with.
Yeah, well, it sounds good. I see 3 players move.
That is 6 straight who have reached after the leadoff ground out. Sammy Denai grounded out to short to lead off this top of the 5th inning about an hour and a half ago. And since then, 6 straight have reached, and 4 of them have scored. It's first and second. They're still just the one out.
Now, don't do that, because now all of a sudden now we're just dragging. But I mean, on it, you're right though. You've had 2 doubles, 2 singles. You know, the fielders, 2 fielders' choices that both of them did not produce an out of,
right.
Which is really a weird thing. If you look at a fielder's choice, usually produces an out somewhere.
So to talk about this pitching for Akron-Westfield, Minen started, went 2+, had a walk in that 3rd inning. Nielsen came in for an inning. Minen then back for an inning in a 3rd. And then it's been Nielsen, Minen, and Nielsen again. And they have not recorded an out in that span. So it's first and second, one down. And it's ball 1 to Alyssa Hames, the right fielder, who is 0 for 2.
Yep. Sounds right to me.
5 runs on 7 hits.
It's just a crazy score sheet here.
Yeah, I have not ever filled anything out like this before, and that is a 1-1 count to Hames.
You know, I'm not sure I've seen such an oddity of an inning where you have 2 fielders' choices in the same inning that don't record an out.
Right.
You've had a pitcher for how long not able to record an out.
Pop up to short, caught by Van Eldick, and there's 2 down, a big second out. They needed that big time, did the Westerners.
Nielsen needs this right here. She needs to get this batter out and get that 3rd out, get out of the inning.
It's Carrington Hunt, 9th hitter of the inning for AGWSR, a bunt attempt foul.
Wow. I think she's got all speed inside here too, so if she can get the ball down where she wants it, she could pose problem as well here.
Akron-Westfield will have 8, 9, and 1 due up in the home half of the 5th. 5-0 game. The 0-1, she did swing.
Yep.
Going around is Hunt, 0-2.
That was the excuse me Swede right there.
Yeah, trying to get out of the way, and the bat just happened to go through the zone. Nothing in 2. That's upstairs for a ball. Nielsen trying to get through this rigorous 5th inning. 1-2. That's just missing. Good pitch. 2-2.
And Zach, the other side of this, you know, as a Westerner right now, this is demoralizing. It makes it tough. It just makes it tough. You know how it feels you feel like you've been out there for a half hour.
2-2 is lifted out of play.
And this will weigh on these guys as well because of the weirdness of how all this has happened.
And then the Westerners will try to come hit in the bottom of the 5th, and right now it's 5-0, and it's not over yet.
We will have batted around if Hunt does get on. We will have 9 come to the plate. This is number 9 right now.
Yep, Hunt is the 9th of the inning. 0 for 2, a strikeout in the 2nd, and a ground out to the pitcher in the 4th.
So Minen actually got that first out. And then
yes,
she gave up the double, fielder's choice, a single and a double.
Good pitch again, misses ball 3. And so now these runners,
they're going to be on
as soon as this thing heads across home plate, they're taking off. Big spot in the game, 3-2. Popped up out of play, and we'll do it again. Two on, two out, a full count to Carrington Hunt, who's hitting .266 this season. The winner heads to the championship game on Thursday. 3-2.
What a battle. What a great battle here by Carrington Hunt. Staying alive, just fighting off the pitch that she needs to fight off, and then going to see if she can find one she can drive here.
Barrick has gotten a very nice break in this inning
hasn't
for AGWSR, so Taryn Barrick will come out with at least a 5-run cushion, and a liner goes to short, and it's caught to end the inning. But AGWSR bats around, and they score 5 times. They get 4 hits out of it, an error, and they leave 2, and off we go to the bottom of inning number 5. Take a break, come back right after this.
Where we're not a mega food, fashion, fitness, you name it center. For 80 years, we've been your neighborhood meat and grocery store, focused on cutting you the highest quality meats for your backyard barbecue, providing the freshest ingredients for your summer salad, and making sure your shopping trip is as easy and sweet as Grandma's blueberry pie. So while others try to put it all under one roof, at Fairway, we put our all into meat and grocery. Welcome to Fairway, where we're not a mega food, fashion, fitness, you name it center.
Iowa Pig Farmers Care. Learn more at iowapork.org. 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 Pig Farmers Care. Learn more at iowapork.org. Iowa Pig Farmers Care. Learn more at iowapork.org. Iowa Pig Farmers Care. Learn more at iowapork.org. Iowa Pig Farmers Care.
All right, you're on.
In the bottom of inning number 5, Akron-Westfield on the board. We apologize for the technical difficulties. 5-1, AGWSR on top. The Westerners getting a ground-out RBI from Bryn Van Eldick to get Akron-Westfield on the board. That's popped up foul territory, long run, and unable to make the catch, Josie Winterberg. But the Westerners leading off the inning with a walk from Chloe Colt. A pass ball got her to second base. Then Natalie Nielsen hit one very hard down to first base, and it ricocheted off of the first baseman, Rachel Sykard. Sammy Messino, the second baseman, picked it up and threw back to Sykard for the out. So that recorded an out, moved the runner to third, and then the ground out from Van Eldick scored the run. So it's a bases empty situation, 2 down. The batter, Jaden Harris, an 0-2 count, and takes ball 1. 5 runs on 7 hits for AGWSR, a run on 2 hits and an error for Akron-Westfield. Running out of time, though, after a big 4-run top of the 5th for the Cougars. That's roped to first, but right to the bag. Sykard scoops it while she's standing on first to end the inning. So it's 5-1 after 5 innings here in the book. We'll take you time to remind you that today's game is being brought to you by the Iowa Pork Producers. From focusing on food safety to promoting animal care, from protecting Iowa's natural resources to enhancing the quality of life in their communities, the Iowa pig farmers are doing it right. To learn more, visit iowapork.org. And a reminder, we've got all kinds of stuff coming up today. This is the second semifinal in Class 1A. 2A is coming up next. Louisa Muscatine taking on Central Springs. A scheduled 3 o'clock start as we approach the 2:30 hour. That's a 1-4 matchup. And then the 5 o'clock game today here at Buena Vista Diamond is the number 2 seed in Class 2A, Des Moines Christian, taking on the 6th seed Iowa City Regina. The nightcap is in Class 5A as a 1-4 matchup with Pleasant Valley taking on West Des Moines Valley. So all kinds of stuff coming up on CISN TV, and we are getting ready for the top of inning number 6 here in the second Class 1A semifinal.
Probably very important right here for the Westerners. They've got to get a 1-2-3.
This needs to be a 1-2-3.
Yeah, if this becomes a long inning here, and maybe not necessarily the score-wise, but if this just becomes a long inning, that's even more demoralizing. But if you can get out of here 1-2-3, you got the bottom half of the lineup. Let's see what happens here.
And it's ball 1 to lead things off. So AGWSR went all the way through the order last time up. Sammy Denai leads it off again for the Cougars. 9-1-2 in the order for AGWSR.
And it
And
looks
that's
like
a called strike, 1-1.
It looks like they may try to stay with Nielsen here and see if maybe she can just, at least it seems like it, they might just work with her just to finish here. Because they now have in at first base now is Minen.
1-1 is up high for ball 2. So staying out in left field, Danica Smith. Minen over at first base with Nielsen pitching. Top of the 6th. 2-1 the count. And it's down low ball 3.
Molinek still working hard back there.
Denai is 0 for 1 with a walk. Reached in the 3rd. The 2 pitchers as the 3-1 misses ball 4. Another good start to the inning for the Cougars. But the 2 pitchers combined have worked just 1-2-3 inning. That was Minen's 1-2-3 second frame. So we go back to the top of the order for the Cougars as a pinch runner heads over to first base.
It's facing 9 batters last inning was pretty detrimental, honestly.
Haley Holmeyer is the courtesy runner at first base. Well, it's actually a pinch runner for the designated player. And the first pitch is into the air to right center field. Long run, and it drops. Having to hesitate and then heading to second.
That's honestly, though, is great base running right there. Waiting to see if that ball hits the ground. Live with the single, but just a good heads-up base running right there.
And so McKenna Cooper with her 3rd hit. She is 3 for 3 with a walk.
Can we get her around to see if she can get that cycle?
With a single here in the 6th. A homer in the 1st, a double in the 5th, a single here. And now the batter, Allie Gerbrocht. A 5-1 game. First 2 aboard for the Cougars. Long run diving attempt. Great effort from Minen, me. It could not make the catch.
Just a tremendous effort from Megan Minen right there. Laying it out on the field, leaving it out here.
Gerbrocht is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice, but she has reached twice.
She took
0-1 is a foul ball.
Took a big cut right there, though. Now down 0-2 here with that cut.
Nothing in 2. High fly in the infield. Kenny's got it. 1 away. Akron-Westfield in desperate need of a scoreless inning. AGWSR wanting to put this game away for good.
Yeah, you're down. Basically, you got 6 outs to work with if you're Akron. But it becomes real imperative at this point. You've got to get through this inning with nothing allowed.
It's a big bat in the lineup. Taryn Barrick hitting .340. The Cougar pitcher has a runner in scoring position. And the Cougars are thinking this game could be all but in the books already. They have left 6 batters on today. They've got 2 more here at first and second, and that's 1-0 pitch is a called strike, 1-1.
Yeah, you leave 6. You've got 8 hits, and you've scored 5 runs. What could this have potentially have been?
Right. AGWSR winning the NICL West this season after an 11-1 conference record, 27-7 on the year. Win number 28 would put them in the state championship game tomorrow. Six o'clock start time, our friends at IPTV Sports. We'll handle championships here at Fort Dodge.
Championship Thursday and Friday.
Should be a lot of fun. It's a busy week here.
Paul Yeager and his crew.
Fort Dodge.
Yeager and his crew will be Having fun with that one here.
3-1 is popped up out of play to load the count. 1 in the first for the Cougars. They had that solo shot to lead off the game from McKenna Cooper. And that was all the scoring for a while. It was a busy 5th inning, however, though. 4 runs on 4 hits. A couple left for AGWSR to take a 5-0 lead. Akron-Westfield did score their first run in the bottom of the 5th. Top of the 6th now. 3-2's fouled off the face mask of Mullenix.
Yeah, you scratched out a run on that bottom half, and you maybe felt like you could get a little momentum maybe going your way, and just like that, right back at it here, and you've got 2 on off the walk and then the single, and you have probably you have your number 3 hitter right here, 3 and 4 coming at you. You have the potential to really blow this thing open here.
And this Cougars offense just is scrappy at the plate, and they hang in, and then they're able to get some base hits. That could be interesting if they're in the state championship game tomorrow. That's a base hit to the center. Back up the middle, rounding third, coming home. The throw is cut off. It's 6-1. Haley Homeyer scores RBI single. Both runners are advancing on the throw. And it's a 5-run lead, and a runner at second base will be Haley Baker.
The interesting part of that whole thing right there, Zach, that ball was hit so hard. You froze Van Eldick. She didn't have a shot at it. But then on top of that is the throw gets cut off, and you still have the presence to go first to third and home to second. Just great base running on their part.
Both runners moving up 60 feet on to throw. 6-1 AGWSR. Still just 1 out. And a big bat in Rachel Sykard. A big swing and a miss. She is 2 for 3. A single in the first, doubled in the 5th. Struck out in the 3rd.
I think she was looking for that ball to go yard. That was a big cut.
If she lifts one out of here now, the lead would be 8. Called strike, 0-2.
That's a great pitch. Down in on the knees, inside. You can't handle that thing. Just a great spot by Nielsen.
AGWSR has 7 losses this season. 4 of them are coming in neutral site games. It hasn't bothered them here. That is high. Halfway to third was Barrick, but the pinch runner, I should say, Haley Baker. But
Cooper wasn't going anywhere,
able to head back to second base. Second and third with 1 down.
That ball had such a straight back effect off of it again. If it goes left or right here, like we talked about earlier, Cooper's going to score pretty easily.
2-2 the count, with Josie Winterberg on deck. Just 1 away in the 6th. And a swing and a miss, and it's a strikeout for Nielsen, and there's 2 down.
And much needed. It's a much needed one for Nielsen.
Trying to limit this to a 1-run inning. Doing everything they can to just give themselves a chance. They've only got 6 outs to work with on offense. The hitting difference is 9-2.
Feels like much more. It's starting to take that feel like they've been up here for an hour.
1-0 the count to Winterberg. And that gets away, and another run's going to score. They are finding every which way to score today. It's 7-1.
Cooper's quick. Boy, she got down the line in a hurry. She made her mind up as soon as that ball went. Just got past the catcher. She was gone.
And Baker goes to third. So runner at third, 2 down.
Still that RBI chance here if you're Winterberg.
It's a 6-run game, 3-0 the count to Winterberg. As we mentioned, 1 for 3, a double in the 4th. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th.
It was the weird fielder's choice in the 5th with the right back to the pitcher, threw over to third instead of getting that out.
First meeting this season between these two schools. The 3-1 misses low for ball 4.
I'm just going to wonder if you're going to see her maybe possibly take off here, Zach, even with the 2 outs. Get her over, get her into position to possibly score here as well.
Just the second walk issued by Nielsen in this contest, both in this inning, though. The leadoff walk to deny. And a check swing, and it's fouled to the right. First and third, 2 down. In a game that is suddenly very lopsided for AGWSR, and it's happened here in the last 2 innings. This was a 1-0 game after 4. Called strike, 0-2.
Good pitch right there from Nielsen.
Two evenly matched teams, but this Cougar offense has woken up big time in the last couple innings. The 0-2, that is lined and caught. Jaden Harris, nice play to end the inning. Another couple of runs for AGWSR, and their lead is 7-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
Years, we've been your neighborhood meat and grocery store, focused on cutting you the highest quality meats for your backyard barbecue, providing the freshest ingredients for your summer salad, and making sure your shopping trip is as easy and sweet as Grandma's blueberry pie. So while others try to put it all under one roof, at Fairway, we put our all into meat and grocery.
On the pavement and big. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
You must be boring.
this is a magical place.
All you have to do, you just have
Follow along with the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and CISN.TV on social media. Like us on Facebook and give us a follow on Twitter as well. CISN TV is your social media platform for all things at the state tournament. Having fun at Fort Dodge, 7-1. AGWSR on top of Akron-Westfield here in this final Class 1A semifinal game. The winner moving on to the championship game on Thursday at 6 o'clock here at Buena Vista Diamond. Collins Maxwell awaits. Zach Carlisle, Brian Carlisle, glad to have you with us here on the Mid-American Energy Championship Network. And 7-1 ball game, and it is strike one to start the bottom of inning number 6. 3, 4, and 5, heart of the order for the Akron-Westfield Westerners. Danica Smith, Elena Mullenix, Kiana Apley. Danica Smith has moved around from position to position about 8 times, and she fouls it out of play, and she's behind 0-2.
Yeah, it's musical chairs out there for Westfield.
And she's in left field right now, and I think we're going to have her stay there the rest of the game. Smith out in left. But her and Nielsen and Minen have rotated through as they've made the pitching changes today. Smith is 0 for 1 with a walk. And she takes ball 1.
And right here, this you can't get it all in one swing.
Right.
Got to get some runners on here. So, if you're your first 2 hitters, Smith and Mullenix, they can work themselves into where they can get a hit, get a walk, get something positive to where you can get a couple of runners, and then Apley comes up. I mean, you could put some pressure here. And Barrick hasn't been overpowering by no means, but she's had a solid outing so far.
Yeah, she's worked around some base runners, worked around some walks. She has stranded 5 Westerners today. The 1-2, that's up high. Smith hitting .456. We mentioned the top 5 hitters in the order, all at least 400 averages for the Westerners. 2-2. I think it's a called strike anyway. I think it was a swing, but a called strike nonetheless. A strikeout for Taryn Barrick, and there's one down.
You know,
Six strikeout for Barrick.
Yeah, I was going to say she's quietly building some strikeouts here with 6.
This will be a pinch hitter, and it'll be in the form
number 13
of Nevaeh Byer. Nevaeh Byer, an 8th grader, an infielder who will stand in for her looking for her first official at bat. She does have a walk.
And she draws a first pitch ball.
So just one plate appearance this season in her 8th grade year. Ahead in the count 2-0.
Would you know it by what you're seeing here? It looks
lot
pretty
of
solid at
there.
Looks pretty solid at the plate here so far.
One of 7 8th graders on this Akron-Westfield squad. 2-0.
So how bright does their future look?
Called strike, no doubt. They graduate 5 seniors, but nothing in the junior class.
And the eighth graders become freshmen, so they're solid for another 4 years with
a lot of talent coming up. And it's a program that just knows how to win 14 state appearances in the last 16 years.
So
2-2 the count, and now
re-enter. Mullinex just re-entered.
The switch will come back for Mullinex. Good luck. You have a 2-2 count.
Yeah, hey, step in with 2-2.
So a 2-2 count, and that is roped to second and caught for the second out.
How much fun is that? Hey, by the way, you're not going to see the first 4 pitches, and then you're going to go get your wet 2-2.
I've never really understood that move, to be honest with you.
No, I can't say I do either.
Kiana Apley, one of the more exciting players in this state tournament. A walk and a single and 4 stolen bases in 2 plate appearances.
Hey, I'm kind of anxious just to see if she can get on again and see if we can get 6.
Right.
I mean, how much fun is this young lady at the plate?
A speedster, but she can swing the bat as well. 425 average on the year is the 1-0. Takes ball 2.
She's just a tough out, period.
And if you give up a hit to her, fine. She gets on base, but if you let her, if you walk her and let her go to first, then all of a sudden she's at third.
Yeah.
And that's just something you don't want.
She's almost a guarantee run, I mean, to that point.
She's been stranded twice.
She's sitting really good here, though, at 3-0.
And both times ended up at third base with 1 out. That was in the 2nd and the 4th inning. Ended up at third base with 1 out, and Akron-Westfield could not get a run across. And now all of a sudden it's a 7-1 game, and they need all kinds of base runners. It's a 3-1 count, taking all the way Apley that time.
She's going to see at least 2 more here.
3-1. Ball 4. Should we set the timer now to see when she ends up at third base? Because basically it's inevitable that she's just going to try to get some steals and try to get to third.
I wonder if, because so the last time she went, it was on the 3rd pitch. And I think they just wanted to see a couple here. But here's Waterbury. Let's see what we get here.
Courtney Waterbury, the center fielder, 0 for 2. The Westerners need some base runners.
Tough difference here, though, Zach, is you've got 2 outs. You know, you don't want some fluky thing where she gets thrown out at second base without giving the hitter a chance. But I don't know that you waste the time on that. This young lady is...
I mean, she's not even close to getting thrown out.
No.
As she swipes second again.
That might have been the slowest she got off.
Right.
Actually.
That was the closest play at second base for her.
Well, the last 2 stolen bases in the 4th inning, she never drew a throw. So that's the first throw she's had in quite a while.
2-0. 2-0 the count to Waterbury. 3-0.
And now all of a sudden you're seeing 3-0 counts, 3-1 counts here from Barrick. You know, maybe a little fatigue possibly setting in.
5 walks in the game. Ball 4, 6 walks in the game.
I'm going to go back to a point you made earlier in this game where, you know, when AGWSR back in the 5th inning, when they plated those 4 runs, we talked about how long Barrick had been sitting. So that also you take a look at that point where maybe she got out of that little bit of a groove that she was in on the hill.
16 batters in the last 2 half innings for AGWSR at the plate. It's a long time to sit. 9 in the 5th, all 9 came to the plate, and then in the 6th, 7 to the plate.
And you know, this last half inning, Barrick only faced 4 batters and was able to get through it. But she has truly sat for just a little bit here, and this will be interesting. Possibly, maybe Kenny can force something here. 7-1 is not insurmountable. You just don't have a lot to work with getting into the 6th inning already, and 2 down to boot.
And a called strike to Lily Kenny, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Was left at second base in the 2nd inning, hitting .386 this season. And the 0-1. Nothing in 2. Big pitch.
You think you see another takeoff here by Apley?
You could, yeah.
I don't know why you wouldn't.
The 0-2, that is into right. That's a base hit. And it bounces off the leg of the right fielder, Hames. Easily coming in to score is Kiana Apley, and that's a run to cut it to 5. It's 7-2.
So now what happens if you had those runners on the move?
Right.
But nonetheless, what a great piece of hitting by Kenny to take the pitch the other way. Couldn't handle it coming inside and turn on it. Great job of hitting. And I believe this is Coach's son here, Colt. Chloe Colt.
Chloe Colt.
8th grader.
Designated player.
She's
Ball 2-0.
She's what, a 308 hitter? I mean, young lady for 8th grade, she's not afraid to step in there.
Way ahead, Chloe, way ahead.
And ahead in the count 2-0. Time call.
Blue was letting Taryn know, hey, I had not called you in to throw.
Courtney Waterbury with 14 stolen bases on the season, and third base is wide open for her if she wants it.
Yeah, you're sitting at 3-0 though.
3-0 count, and a called strike. Taking all the way for sure is Colt.
You are correct, though. I don't think that Cooper's even going to worry about her. If she would take off, she would definitely make that.
Winterberg playing in at third base. 3-1 pitch. Bounces ball 4.
You got some interesting stuff
loaded.
This has gotten interesting. What is that, 3 walks and a hit?
3 walks in the inning. 7 for the game for Taryn Barrick. And Natalie Nielsen will bat, and she hit a rope to first base her last time up, but it hit off of the first baseman Sykard, and then Musino picked it up and threw right back to her.
And she hit a line shot over center field the time before that.
Cooper and Musino have switched places at second and shortstop. Bases are loaded. Ball 1-0 to Nielsen. This could become a ball game here.
This has just got interesting written on over it here all of a sudden.
But Barrick is an out away from getting out of a huge jam, and it's a called strike, 1-1.
Tell you what, Gerbrecht behind the plate, she really does a great job of framing. She does a good job of keeping that there. That seemed a little inside.
Well, that was the strange part about that one is Gerbrecht had to go a long way to catch that ball. But the strike was still called. That's a ground ball. That is up the middle. That's a base hit. 2 runs will score. It's 7-4. And Akron-Westfield's back in it.
I love the aggressiveness of Chloe Colt, knowing that ball was sitting between them and took off from first to third. What a great piece of running on her part, I mean.
How about that?
Two singles, 3 walks, and 7-4.
Akron-Westfield all of a sudden has the tying run at the plate with 2 down.
Back to the top, too, which even makes it more interesting.
How about this game? Ball 1.
They're allowing her to go from second.
They are giving second base.
There's nobody even close. She just needs to go.
1-0. Taken off, called strike.
Tori Nemezio?
No stolen base.
No, but that is, she's pinch running.
Yes. Yep.
A little base hit here, and you got 7-6 easily.
1-1 is fouled back. A ball and 2 strikes. Tying run at the plate here in the home half of the 6th inning. 1-0 through 4. All of a sudden, the offense is exploding. The 1-2. That is in the left. That's in foul territory. It's caught. And a big play by Taylor Spurf-Sloggy to make the catch to end the inning.
That's a great play.
But Akron-Westfield's back in it, trailing 7-4, and off we go to the 7th here at Fort Dodge.
More at iowapork.org. Iowa pig farmers care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history.
It's a 7-4 ball game. AGWSR on top of Akron-Westfield. The 2018 Iowa High School State Girls Tournament is heating up in Fort Dodge. For the most comprehensive coverage of the tournament, check out IGHSAU.org. It is your source for up-to-date scores, stats, stories, and promotional events throughout the tournament. Check it out. Log on to IGHSAU.org. 7-4, AGWSR on top of Akron-Westfield. Zach Carlisle, Brian Carlisle, Doug Dillevan, our entire crew. It's top of the 7th. Ball 1 leads off with Alyssa Hames.
So if we would have just started about the 5th inning, we would have seen some hitting going on. Other than that the one run in the first, and like you said, everything's, ouch.
Oh,
right in the back.
Right there on it. Looked like even the ribs of Alyssa Hames.
Yeah, that's where she's kind of holding the lower side. But, to your point, you went 4 runs in the 5th, 2 runs in the 6th for AGWSR, 3 runs in the 6th for Akron, 1 in the 5th. I mean, just amazing that we went from such a stellar pitching performance to all of a sudden these guys are opening up the offense the way they did.
Yeah, Cooper led the game off with a towering solo shot to right center. 1-0 at that point, and that's what it was through 4. Yeah. But all of a sudden in the last 4 half innings, we've seen 10 runs. Top of the 7th, leadoff batter aboard for AGWSR. The bunt. The throw goes to first. The out recorded, 1 down.
Nice sacrifice by Harrington Hunt, though.
So Hunt is retired 5-3 on the sacrifice. Hames at second. Sammy Denai getting pinch hit for here, and this will come in the form of Sammy Musino.
Your starting second baseman.
Second baseman, who is getting hit for today, but now will enter and hit. RBI chance, runner at second, one down.
Nice gesture from coach. Hey, get in there and swing the bat. You do the work in the field, go swing the bat.
Ball one. Good pitch.
That was a ball.
Akron-Westfield sent 8 to the plate in the 6th inning, by far their biggest inning of the game, scoring 3 times on just 2 hits, and they stranded 2 as well. There's a called strike, 1-1. Akron-Westfield, the 2 seed. AGWSR, the 3 seed. The Westerners coming off of that opening round win on Monday. 12-2 over New London. Chopped foul 1 and 2. AGWSR 4-3 winners over Janesville. Great game there in the opening round on Monday. Collins Maxwell awaits for one of these two.
I think no matter who you see, Collins Maxwell is going to be tough with that pitcher.
Can you hit Hogue?
Yes,
Can you get base runners against Hogue? She has tossed 24 strikeouts and has not allowed a run in the first 2 games of the state tournament.
But I think we've seen that these two teams have offense. I mean, in these last 2 innings alone, we've seen, like you said, we've seen 10 runs. These teams have offensive firepower, so just can they use it in that game? That's going to be the question, I think, going into that 1A state final. No matter what, it's going to be a dandy of a softball game.
Should be a whole lot of fun. 7 runs, 9 hits for AGWSR, 4 and 1 for Akron-Westfield, the 1 error in the game. The 1-2, bunted foul, out, and a strikeout. Second out of the inning. And that brings up McKenna Cooper, who is having herself a day.
They're not even going to pitch to her.
I wouldn't either.
No.
She was a triple away from the cycle, and she will not get the chance to do it. An intentional walk. She has reached every single time. 3 for 3 and 2 walks. Cooper, and by the way, Cooper has the most home runs amongst all active players here at the state tournament. Her 10 homers leads the tournament field. And the batter is Allie Gerbrocht. Seven-4 game, runner at second with 2 down. Ground ball, that is up the middle, that's into center. Digging around third, coming in to score is Hames.
That ball was smoked up to center.
Over to third goes Cooper. And the E6 will score another run. That's an unearned run. No RBI for Gerbrocht. And an unearned run as Hames comes in to score. 8-4, and that's a big one for the Cougars. And a called strike, 0-1 to Taryn Barrick. And the 0-1 breaking ball, 1-1. Cooper at third. Gerbrocht at first. And that is into left. That's a base hit. Another run is in. AGWSR putting runs back up on the board. They get 2 of them back here in the 7th. Lead back to 5 at 9-4.
Just a great piece of hitting. She sat so deep on that ball. And I think we got a pinch runner, do we not, for Barrick?
Another courtesy runner for the pitcher.
Now, Barrick's had a nice day. She went her last 3 swings. She's got single, single, single. 3 for 4, 3 for 5. Good day for her. Plus, she's got a 5-run cushion to work.
Rachel Sykard will bat. First and second with 2 down. Ball and no strikes. Sykard is 2 for 4, a single and a double. Called strike 1-1.
And hit a really, really good-looking double. One of her last, prior to this, the strikeout.
The 1-1. Ball 2. A crazy game number 2 at Class 1A.
We went from 1-0 to just pure excitement.
That is a high fly to left. Goodbye.
Yep, 3-run shot.
A 3-run homer, Rachel Sykard. And that thing got out of here in a hurry. 7th homer of the year.
Boy, did she get all of that ball. And all of a sudden, this thing went from 7-4 to 12-4. And we're going back to our pitching change. Minen's going to take over.
That was teed up and crushed to left field to hit off of the side pole on the bleachers out there at left. And it rocketed left side. That was a shot. 12-4. AGWSR nailing in the coffin here in the 7th.
11 runs in the last 3 innings, and we're not done yet.
An incredible stretch of offense. It
Absolutely.
looked like they were just going to get. This was 1-0. It was 1-0 through 4, and all of a sudden, and the bats for both sides really woke up. Akron-Westfield just the 4 hits, but they were efficient to get them across. Now those missed opportunities that came in innings 1 through 4 are coming back to hurt Akron-Westfield big time.
Yep. Yeah, you had some opportunities. You stranded Apley twice in the 2nd and the 4th innings at third base. You had 2 runners on in the 2nd inning with Kenny and Apley, couldn't score. You had Apley at third, couldn't score in the 4th. Those missed opportunities, and now all of a sudden, this thing's just gotten away from them. 7
left on for Akron-Westfield. Could come back to really hurt them as they trail it by 8. And that's a rocket into left, a base hit. Josie Winterberg picking right back up where the offense left off.
And Zach, keep in mind here, we're working in the 7th inning. We're working with 2 outs here. This wasn't just, this is all with 2 outs. You had your first 2 batters got out in this inning.
Well, actually, the hit by pitch started the inning.
Yep.
And then the sacrifice of the strikeout. So there was a runner at second with 2 down, and all of a sudden.
And this is what it's transcended into.
A walk, an error, a single, a homer, a single, and a ground out to third ends the inning.
And now we end it.
12 runs on 12 hits. That's pretty efficient for AGWSR. Their lead is 8. Last chance for Akron-Westfield when we come back.
Welcome to Fairway, where we're not a mega food, fashion, fitness, you name it center. For 80 years, neighborhood meat and grocery store, focused on cutting you the highest quality meats, providing the freshest ingredients for your summer, making sure your shopping trip easy and sweet as blueberry pie. So while others try to put it all under one roof, at Fairway, we put our all into meat and grocery.
Their feet here on the pavement and big. being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our like fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
You must be boring.
this is a magical place.
Podcast today. High school girls state softball championships on the Mid-American Energy. Live at Fort Dodge, final chance for a ball one.
It's not about one run. I mean, you got to get base runners and get something special to happen early here. That first out is really, really critical.
This would take an absolute.
Oh, it would.
I think we're a miracle status.
It
at this
is.
point.
We are.
But
if you're Akron, it's about walking out of here with your heads high. So battle till the end.
And they're going to have another game too.
Yes,
They're going to play for third place
against
Lisbon on.
That could be a
that'll
lot
be
of
tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and that'll be on Diamond 2.
That could
IGHSAU.org.
That might be a fun little tournament game with Lisbon.
All that
and these guys.
information.
Yeah.
That'll be an offense against Lisbon. That's good pitching as well. So that'll be a fun matchup.
You get to this Final Four here, Zach, and it seems like it is about dominant pitching. If you have that stud per se, you can ride an arm, and that's Collins Maxwell to a T. But I think with these guys right here, Barrick gets a good pitching game out of her tomorrow with these guys. It could be a really low-scoring game.
And a strikeout starts the 7th inning as Jaden Harris swings and misses. Taryn Barrick looking to go the distance. She has scattered 4 hits, worked into and out of trouble a couple of times, did have a big 6th inning, allowed 8 runners to come to the plate. And that is into left, swinging first pitch, fair ball down that line. And that'll be a single for Danica Smith, who reaches for the second time.
And that
down that left field line.
That young lady's only played like 2 different positions, maybe 15 times so far today.
Right, she's moved around a lot.
Left field, first base, left field, first base.
Abby Hartman will be the runner at first for the Westerners. The 8th grader will take over. The batter, Elena Mullenix, the Westerner catcher. Out of play, ball or strike one.
As you look ahead here, Zach, your heart of your lineup. This is for Akron-Westfield. This is just the heart of the lineup. This is where you want it.
A swing and a miss. High fastball, nothing doing there, 0-2.
And you probably have the toughest hitter coming up so far today, which would be Apley.
And a swing and a miss and a strikeout for out number 2. AGWSR is an out away from the championship game.
Boy, did Barrick just kind of gear that up there a little bit? Seemed like she got a little stronger right there.
And the batter is Kiana Apley. Walk, single, walk, and 5 stolen bases today. Takes strike one.
Yeah, you and I were kind of hoping she'd go on that last one to get 6, but it didn't happen.
The 0-1 evens the count. Today's game brought to you by Atlantic Bottlers, CenturyLink, Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford of Indianola, G&L Clothing, and Westside Auto Pros. The 1-1 ground ball to short. This could do it.
No.
Not in time. Too fast is Kiana Apley. All kinds of speed. That's an infield hit. And she is 2 for 2 with a pair of walks.
That ball was too deep in the hole. That's impossible to get her at that point.
And heading up to second base, Hartman on the play. And the batter, Courtney Waterbury. 0 for 2 of the walk. High fly out of play.
Great job by Blue right there. I like that.
Waterbury hitting .338 on the season. The 0-1 is fouled back, and the Westerners down to their final strike.
Wouldn't tell you she's being cheated up here, would you? Boy, she's taking really 2 pretty good swings on the ball.
Two on, 2 out. In the bottom of this 7th inning.
Oh, I think Barrick even thought that was good.
Ball 1.
If you show her face, she thought it was like she's still shaking her head.
Good pitch.
Wow, that was a good pitch.
The 1-2 coming up. That is off the pitcher, Barrick. Gloved by the shortstop to save a run.
That's absolutely a great play by the shortstop.
Right off the glove, it looked like, of Barrick. That was a rocket.
Sammy Mocino actually saved a run because that ball keeps rolling. She's going to score.
My goodness. What a play. So a base hit.
You know, that's the difference between a ball rolling away and getting yourself a run, and it's just keeping yourself as just bases loaded with 2 outs. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you're seeing.
That's a swing and a miss, by the way. That ball is high, and a run will score. So that's a strike and a wild pitch to score the run.
And not sure what happened with Gerbrack. I don't know if she got hit in the eye or what she did. Something was bothering her. She was fighting something with her eyes.
Apley and Waterbury move up, and this might be a contact situation. So we have had 2 very different games here in Class 1A. I thought the first game was going to end in an hour. I mean, the way that was going, it ended up being about an hour and 15 minutes. We are going on 2.5 hours of action here in game number 2 in Class 1A, as this thing started at 1 o'clock and we're at 3:18 Central Time. But it's been fun.
But and to the opposite side of that, through 4 innings, we felt like it was the first game. It was 1-0.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, there was base runners though,
but it was still 1-0 score wise, and all of a sudden it's just blown up.
Yeah, crazy stuff.
11-5.
15 runs in the last 2.5 innings. Well, now 16 runs.
Yep.
As Smith, as the courtesy runner Hartman was able to come in and score.
Yep, and Gerbrack is. I think it is contact. I think you're right,
Zach.
I
think it was a contact situation to get that fixed.
You know, and this also does give Barrick a little time to kind of get herself gathered. You know, that ball that shot off of her. This has been a crazy game. Absolutely.
Yeah, 1 contact in and 1 contact out does not work.
No, not as a catcher. No.
I can't do that in everyday situations.
No, and you don't want to, but as a catcher, you want to be able to see this, especially Barrick throwing.
0-1 the count. It was a strike, a swing and a miss, and it was a wild pitch that scored a run. 2nd and 3rd, 2 down. AGWSR looking to make their 2nd trip to the title game in the last 4 years. They won it all in 2015. They're an out away from getting there. Swing and a miss. They're a strike away from getting there.
I think we said a strike away last time that's when Waterbury got the single.
A ball and 2 strikes. A swing and a miss. AGWSR, the Cougars, back in the title game.
Wow, what a game. What a game. Absolutely what a game.
Action-packed. We saw runs, at least one, in each of the final 6 half innings. And a final score of 12-5 as AGWSR is moving on to the 1A championship game tomorrow. How about that?
Yeah, that was just absolutely just a wild and crazy game here.
12 runs, 12 hits, 5 runs, 7 hits for Akron-Westfield. We'll keep it right here and wrap this thing up here in Class 1A. What a softball game that was. Crazy action-packed. Nothing really through 4 innings. All of a sudden the offenses broke out, and the Cougars are going to the championship game.
You know, and as we watch this thing unfold into the 5th, you know, you and I both kept saying it just didn't feel like, I mean, we felt like it was a Collins-Maxwell-Lisbon game. 1-0. We're watching really strong pitching. Barrick's throwing well. Nielsen, the tandem of Nielsen and Minen really doing well. And all of a sudden the bats just went. I mean, they just woke up, and we were both standing there going, what's going on here? Where did all this come from? But AGWSR, absolutely. 2 home runs in the game. You know, smacked out, I can't even think how many hits we had here. 7, 8, 9, 10.
12 hits
12
for AGWSR.
hits. I mean, talk about just all of a sudden things going well for you. That's awesome. It's a great job. Hats off to the players and coaches from both teams. This was a lot of fun, and it should be a dynamite 1A game that is now set up.
Akron-Westfield will move on to take on AGWSR, will move on to take on Collins-Maxwell tomorrow in the 1A championship game right here at Buena Vista Diamond. IPTV Sports will have all of that, but Megan Minen takes the loss, drops to 3-1. It's her first loss of the season in the circle, and Taryn Barrick improves to 26-5. The starter going the distance, a complete game win for the pitcher for the Cougars. What a game it was. That was fun. And congratulations to AGWSR. Thanks for joining us here for Game 2 in Class 1A. Final score, 12-5, AGWSR over Akron-Westfield to advance to the championship game. For Brian Carlisle, our entire crew, Connor Morris, Doug Delavan, Peter Tarpey, the whole gang, Zach Carlisle, saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Softball Tournament on the Mid-American Energy Iowa High School Girls Sports Network. Stick around. Class 2A action is coming up after these messages.